We're going to kind of move through this so that you guys can, we can go to the reception afterwards, and then you guys can go out to eat and have a good time visiting. Parents, thank you so much for your patience. Most importantly, thank you for allowing us the opportunity of working with your sons and grandsons and brothers and whatever they may be. It has been a hard year, but it's been a very good year in some ways, because it's kind of been, in some ways, what we needed, and especially after going through the events that occurred over Prado, it gave us some time to kind of process that, and that was a good thing. And so these guys have done a great job this year. I'd like to start by just recognizing by semester our oldest and youngest gentlemen. So if you are a first semester Singadat, would you stand up wherever you may be? 0. If you're a second semester, stand up. Second semester, guys? You see them there? They're in the wings here. There you go. 3 semesters? There we go, Chris User. 4 semesters? 5 semesters? Mr. Oaktie. 6 semesters. All right, you guys stay standing, because these guys will be receiving, not today, but they will be receiving their sweaters to wear in their 7th and 8th semesters while they tour next year. So, all right, thanks, guys. You may be seated. 7 semesters? 8 semesters? All of our seniors standing. All right. There we go. And I think that does it for our, one more? 9 semesters. $52 semesters. Oh. All right. We normally go through, normally have a meal and a lot of parading around, that kind of thing. I'm going to be, probably keep it about as brief as I can, just to let you know. But present these awards. There are 2 things that I will tell you. We have what are called awards. Award is something that someone gets because of something that they did, and it will be something that will be awarded this semester. So it'll be placed, the way awards and scholarship works is everything goes through the scholarship office. So if you win an award, it's actually put on your bill kind of thing as a credit, and so you will see that and can expect to see that. If it's a scholarship, you will be getting that in the fall or the spring, or possibly both, according to how the scholarships are designated by the donor, and you'll be notified of that. You will be receiving from me, whether it's an award or a scholarship, and all the information for you to write thank you notes, and that's also an official part of what we do. And so we don't just willy-nilly pull scholarships and awards out of the air. The guys get together and they rank each other singing cadet on contribution, conduct, attitude, and what am I missing, Marker? Spirit. Thank you. And they rank each other on those. Is that what I said, or whatever he said? Appearance. Thank you. Appearance is the other. Hearing is not one. And then we use that as criteria, and that when we're looking for, so for instance, the first one is the Houston A&M Mothers Club scholarship. We look for someone that is high in that ranking, that as they rank each other, but yet fulfills the requirements of the scholarship. So that's kind of how it goes. So let's start off with Houston. The Houston A&M Mothers Club Robert L. Boone Scholarship. Do we have any Houston Aggie moms? Come forward. We'll let you help me. Any other Houston Aggie moms? Okay. This is Clayton Reed's mother. She'll be the, what do they call the mother of the president next year? The first mother? There you go. First mother. Hearing that is what you will be called. All right. This scholarship was established by the Houston A&M Mothers Club after the Singadat performance at the Wortham Center in Houston on March 31st, 1995. Selection is based upon residence in the greater Houston area if possible, GPA of 2.5 or better, and completion of at least 2 semesters as a Singadat. The recipient for both the fall and the spring of next year for the Houston A&M Mothers Club is Mr. Luke Cabell. Luke, if you'll come forward. He already knew it. He was coming down the aisle. No, just kidding. Stand here. And too, what I'm going to do is, Bryce is right there taking pictures, and so scholarship recipients, why don't you just come right here, and we'll give Bryce a great hat-on shot. Walk over here. We'll just set something up here and let you guys. There you go. Act like you like each other. And COVID doesn't exist. And Luke's family's right up here. And I just saw a little, whew, all these scholarships. I know what it's like. I've got one graduating in May and heading to nursing school. Graduating after 3 years, whoop, whoop, like that. Our second scholarship is the Missy Holloway Association Former Singadat Scholarship. The recipient of the scholarship chosen by the director should be of sophomore status or above and should best exemplify, listen to this, the spirit of brotherhood, unity, and group involvement within the Singadets. The recipient ought to be an individual who doesn't just go along, but rather he does the right thing. The recipient of the Missy Holloway Association Former Singadat Scholarship is Mr. Isaac Harris. We'll have a couple of former Singadets come up here and take a picture. This is by the Association of Former Singadets named after Missy. Mike, you're welcome to jump in if you want to run down here. Or any other formers or whatever. Mr. Isaac Harris, there we go. All right. Our third scholarship is really kind of a neat story. It's the Esther Corey Krantz Memorial Scholarship. It was established in 1975 by Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Samuel T. Sykes, Jr. This is really neat because Mr. Sykes worked for Exxon. Exxon matches 3-1, and over a number of years, he would or she would give $200. Exxon would match it 3-1. They get $800 out of the deal, or whatever they chose to give that semester, and they did that year after year after year after year, and a whole lot of compound interest has helped us. Now we have 7 scholarships out of that, and so we have a total of 7 scholarships that are awarded annually from this. I'm going to ask all of you guys to come forward if you would. For the fall 2021, the first one is Owen Dunstan. Second one is Mr. Will Othon. Come over here, Owen. Third is Mr. Ryan Oaktie. And fourth is Mr. Chris User. So these 4 guys are our fall 2021, and now we're fixing to add the spring 22s to that. The first spring 22, Mr. Miles Baker. Mr. Jose Rueda. And last but not least, Mr. Andres Reina. So these are our 7 recipients of the Esther Corey Krantz Scholarship. All right, thanks, guys. That's it. All right, our next one is the Burton, Lambert, Endorse June Lambert Singadat Scholarship. This scholarship was established in the spring of 2006 in memory of former Singadat Burton Lambert, class of 49, and his wife Doris. The two scholarships honor Singadats who have made significant contributions to the Texas A&M Singadats. And our 2 recipients are, first, for the fall of 2021, Mr. Reese Lestrap. And for spring 2022, Mr. Clayton Reed. And tomorrow, Bryce will probably put these in a Google Drive, I'm guessing, and I will send out to your sons, grandsons, whatever, a link to that Google Drive, and they can just give you that link, and you can look at all the pictures. You're welcome to take your own. Don't misunderstand me, but you can have all those tomorrow too. So just know those will be available. We're not selling them or anything like that. You're just grabbing whatever you want. All right, Sarah Bufanda Cutshaw. This scholarship was established in the spring of 2010 in memory of Ed B. Johnson, class of 75, by his sister, Sarah Bufanda Cutshaw. In February 2016, this scholarship was endowed by Jessica and Andrew Shelnut, class of 11, to honor the selfless service of honorary Singadat Sarah Cutshaw and to remember her brother Ed Johnson, who joined the Singadats during his sophomore year, which was one of great financial struggle for him. One award is granted each semester to a Singadat Bufo who epitomizes the spirit of the Bufo class, the singing cadets, and the Texas A&M University. So for the fall 21 semester was Mr. Daniel Morrison. And spring 2022, Mr. Jacob Barton. I picked them by height. All right, if I can get Mike and Sheila to come and join us. Mike and Sheila. This is the Singadot's Aggie Ring Endowment. This is Mike and Sheila Connor. This endowment was established in 2005 by Diana and Mike Connor, class of 85, to award current Singadets for their service to the group and their academic achievement. Any Singadat who has a 3.0 GPA, so remember this underclassmen parents, any Singadat who has a 3.0 GPA is eligible for the $500 toward their Aggie ring. Mike is a former Singadat, and Diana was honored in 2006 as an honorary Singadat. And to date, we have awarded 107 Singadets who have received their Aggie rings through the endowment. In the spring of 2021, there are 9 current Singadets who are in the group that are recipients of the Connor Ring Scholarship. If you've ever received a Connor Ring Scholarship already, why don't you come up and join Mike and Sheila? So if you've already gotten one, why don't you come up and join them? Now look around at these guys that are already coming down. Isn't this amazing? The guys who are currently in the group are Mr. Davis Blue, Mr. Jose Rueda, Mr. Walker Emmert, Mr. Richard Marquardt, Mr. Sebastian Turella, and then those that received their rings yesterday at the Connors home yesterday were Mr. Brendan White. Raise your hand or giggle or something. Or Mr. Mason Gorman, Mr. Zach Timer, and Mr. Reese Lestrap. All right. Let's go back. Let me tell you a story. We're going to be here a while. November 2018, Mike and I, Mike went down, the Singadets were singing for the Texans football game down in Houston. Yeah, Mike Embry went with us that day, and they were singing, and Mike and I drove down in a van and had a bunch of Singadets behind us in the big van, and we were just carrying on a conversation, and I said, Mike, I've heard some rumors about you and a young lady, and we had a great conversation, and he told me about Sheila. Diana, Mike's first wife, passed away, who's one of our honorary Singadets, and he said, I've been spending time with Sheila, and he said, I can't tell you how special she is to me and what it means. We talked about, we're both share faith together and talk about greater things even than you can imagine, and how Mike and Diana unable to have kids, that he now has a son and he now has a daughter. And then on May the 11th of 2019, I had the privilege down on the coast to stand on a pier and perform their wedding ceremony in the rain, of all things. And I can't tell you what Sheila has come to mean to us as a group. And boy, she just steps in and has supported us, loved us, would feel that way even if Mike weren't in the picture, because just who she is as a person. Anytime we see something like that, we say that's the kind of person that we would like to honor and make them an honorary Singadat. And Sheila, today we would like to make you an honorary Singadat. We love you, and we thank you for what you mean to us, and we look forward to many years of serving with you together. So thank you, Sheila. Picture. Y'all come on, somebody come up on the stage behind where we can be a little less wide, maybe. And show that Aggie gold. There you go. Let's see those rings. The next award is different in that it's awarded, well, like some of them are just by a semester. This one is awarded for both the fall and the spring semester. This is the Colonel Austin Roberts Class of 41 Memorial Scholarship. This award was established in the spring of 2011 in memory of former Singadat Colonel Austin Roberts Class of 41 by Mr. and Mrs. Larry McClendon and Dr. and Mrs. Ross McClendon. Colonel Roberts funded the President's Endowed Scholarship awarded to Ross for his education at Texas A&M and encouraged him to go and do likewise. This scholarship will be awarded annually to an active member of the Cadets whose life exemplifies the life lived by Colonel Roberts, demonstrating characteristic traits such as generosity, courage, loyalty, a strong work ethic that is rooted in the virtuous life principles derived from his Christian faith, core family values, and the traditions of Texas A&M University. Our both fall 2001 and spring 22 semesters recipient of the Colonel Austin Roberts Class of 41 Scholarship, Mr. Evan Smith. We're going to have to get Bryce a hat that says I'm the photographer. One of the things that's really hard to do sometimes is to be in the Singadets and also be in the Corps of Cadets. It's just a significant time contribution. It's something that can be done, but it's something that's also very hard. So all of our gentlemen that are in the Corps of Cadets or have ever been in the Corps of Cadets and are a Singadat, why don't you all come down to the front if you are or ever have been. Some of them like to take an extra lap around the sun while a cadet. But all of you guys come forward. And then I'm going to turn over to Ethan. All right. Let's use the microphone. Yes.
Testing, testing. All right. In 2017, Adrian Alba dedicated this Sam Brown saber sash to the Singadets. And he has made this a legacy item, passed down to every member of the Corps of Cadets who remains within the Singadets. Adrian Alba's legacy also contains the idea that you should never leave something half done. And I've completed the saber sash with the Singadat Army saber passed down. From my own U.S. Army officer saber. To this, I leave to you and to pass down for future generations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Oh, did you get a picture? Hang on just a second. Picture. Fix his belt. There you go. No, this is what I want to do.
How many cadets does it take? Too many.
Yay! Our next scholarship is the Chad Leeper Class of 17 Singadat Scholarship. The Chad Leeper 17 Singadat Scholarship was established in the spring of 2017 to honor Chad Leeper for his academic excellence, and leadership in the Singadats by his parents, Robert and Glenna, Class of 80 Leeper. The scholarship is presented to 2 Singadats who have completed at least 2 semesters and demonstrated academic excellence with grades above a 3.0. It goes well beyond that. Both these gentlemen had a 4.0 in the fall of this last year and have nearly a very perfect record academically. For fall 21, that scholarship would go to Mr. Reed Tabor. And then spring 22 will go to Mr. Braden Lindsay. I'm hoping I'm just getting smart by standing by him. The next scholarship is the Jeffrey Meyers Class of 18 Singadat Scholarship. It was established in the spring of 2006 to honor Jeffrey Meyers Class of 18 by his parents, Bob and Jeannie Meyers. The scholarship is in recognition of the academic success and selfless service to the Singadats organization and fellow members alike. There are 4 scholarships, 2 for the fall and 2 for the spring. For the fall of 2021, the first recipient is Mr. Jordan Bass. And the second fall recipient is Mr. Brandon Lang. For the spring of 22, the first recipient is Mr. Josh Wood. And our fourth recipient for spring 2022 will be Mr. Aiden Hill. All of y'all roommates?
Yes, sir.
They're all roommates. Did you leave it? You've already gotten yours. All right.
This next scholarship is the David L. Kipp Exemplary Singing Cadet Award. The David L. Kipp Exemplary Singing Cadet Award was established in the spring of 2005 to honor David Kipp for 10 years of exemplary service to the Singing Cadets. This award is presented to a member of the Singing Cadets who strives to honor God, country, and Texas A&M University through their selfless leadership as displayed by David Kipp. And the recipient of this award is Davis Ballou.
I'd like to invite Mike and Susie Hembry, if you would come forward. This is Mike, former Singadat, and this is his mom. And they have established a scholarship in honor of Mike's dad, Susie's husband, Roger Hembry. And I thought rather than me reading something, I thought I would just let Mike talk about why they established the scholarship. This is brand new, first time this year.
Thank you, David. So those of you that know me know that the Singadets have meant so much for me and my whole family. My mom actually went with me on the 1986 trip to Europe that the Singadets went on. And over the years, we've hosted many families. Mom and Dad did. And Dad passed away 2 years ago, and David and there was a few Singadets that came and sang at his funeral. And so one of the things we wanted to do is honor Dad and with a scholarship. So Mom has funded and myself have funded this Hembry Family Scholarship going forward.
And the recipient? Oh, sorry about that. I promise I'll get there.
Brendan White.
Stand there. And this is kind of like the roommate thing, too. Aerospace. Yep. Both space cadets, right? All the the next scholarship is also brand new this year. It was just started and established starting in February. We kicked it off on February 14th, was 1 year of the passing of Roel Prado. And two Singadets, I wish they could be with us today, but they couldn't. Two former Singadets, Mr. Abuaki and Mr. Steve Shukart, got together and said, we want to start a scholarship in Roel's name to honor him. And one of the places that Roel was very much engaged was in the area of being the Bufo rep, and that was his place. The Bufo rep is a second semester Bufo who's basically in charge of the team. And they get them organized, get them doing everything they're supposed to, and they said, we would like to set up a permanent scholarship that goes every semester to the Bufo rep. We set a goal of having $25,000 to raise for this scholarship, and wanted to do it in just about 2 weeks. And in that time period, within 3 to 4 weeks, we're at just over $40,000 now. So pretty amazing. And so if you're a bud of Roel, why don't you come down here? We got anybody who's a bud with Roel? Awesome. And today's Shukart's birthday, and he's in San Antonio. So you can call him and give him a hard time for not being here. All these guys were buds with Roel Prado. And the first Roel Prado scholarship goes to our Bufo rep, Mr. Jacob Schwarzenberg. Some may be more comfortable wearing them. The next award is selected by just the Bufo. The Bufo are the only ones that get to vote on this award because it is the award and is selected to the old man who most exemplifies what it's like to be the ideal old man. It's called the Larry Robinson Good Guy Award, established in '80 by Dean Island and Barry Moak. The award is in recognition of the exceptional contribution on the part of an old man toward the full understanding on the part of the Bufo class of the traditions, history, purpose, and conduct which are peculiar is a good word for the Singadat traditions. It is a measurement of the extent to which the old men are meeting their obligations as members of the organizations. Okay, so this is my 26th year to do this, and so I receive all of these and then I tally them, and I saw how the vote came out. I double-checked. I said, no, something's wrong. I triple-checked, said the same thing. I quadruple-checked. I've never seen any one person so separated by the group and chosen to receive this award by so many people from within the Bufo class. Just what a separation. Obvious to the extent to which he met that obligation as an old man. I will tell you that the vice president's automatically not qualified because he works so closely with them. And so this person who I double, triple, quadruple checked and just did it for our Good Guy Award goes to Mr. Ethan Keller. And then in our ranking system, the Bufo that receives the highest number of votes in the outstanding Singadat voting it becomes the Outstanding Bufo Award, and our Outstanding Bufo Award goes to Mr. Jacob Schwarzenberg. Congratulations. I'm just going to get you to stand right here and just stay with us, okay? All these awards, the next few awards, this is the Outstanding Bufo, and next we're moving towards our Outstanding Singadat. But the two guys that finished second and third in the Outstanding voting get an award called the JJ Award. The JJ Award was established in 1975, and they're named after Mr. J.J. Wilkut, who was known as the father of Singadets. He directed the Glee Club from 1938 to 1942 when it adopted its name. So these are the people in the Outstanding Singadat Scholarship voting who came in second and third. The first one is Mr. Zach Timer. Congratulations, sir. Just stand here. And the other JJ Award goes to Mr. David Wilkinson. And this is the Robert L. Boone Outstanding Singadat Award. It was initiated in '73 to honor Robert and James McElroy, both former members of the Singadets. Support of this award was obtained from the generous gift in 1993 by Joe Powell and Susie Powell in honor of Director Emeritus, Mr. Robert L. Boone. The recipient is chosen by his peers through a sophisticated rating system, which makes the award even more meaningful. Our Outstanding Singadat for 2000 and 2021, Mr. Walker Emmert. Pictures. And y'all just stay here for a second because I'm going to get y'all to help me on this next one. We have a second honorary Singadat award today, and it actually goes to a couple, a very special couple, a couple who will do anything day or night, at their house, at their whatever it may be, Barry and Liz Linden are just absolutely amazing people, an absolute asset to the Singadat organization. Barry does everything from cutting the keys that the guys make to cleaning up their place to setting up movie screens so guys can have movie nights out there, and basically he just does whatever Liz tells him to do, and it works pretty well, but he's agreeable to that. And then Liz is the de facto mom of the Singadets. She's there to hear what's going well, maybe what's not going so well. Maybe even once in a while when they need a kick in the seat of the pants to get them going, she gives them whatever they need at that time. And so sometimes we will wait till like significant anniversaries or something like that to award this. But the guys said this year, we do not want to wait for a significant anniversary. We want to do this year because this is what we want to do. And so would you please join me in congratulating Barry and Liz Linden, honorary Singadets.
Thank you. And obviously, we didn't know this was going to happen because I told Barry he could not come because there probably wasn't going to be a seat for him. So I said, why don't you stay home and mow the fields? So that's what he's doing.
Why don't you put Liz in the middle of you? Put Liz in the middle of you guys. Congratulations. Our Kurt Schimber Officer Awards, you guys will get this at a later date. They were established in 1985 in honor of a member of Kurt Schimber, a former Singadat, by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Victor Schimber. Kurt was Singadat president in 1967. The outgoing president and vice president are awarded A&M Seal Watches, and then the business manager, tour manager, and public relations also receive other gifts from an increased endowment. So I'd like to recognize this year's officers and everything that they did to help us bring it to this point. Our current president, Mr. Walker Emmert. Our current vice president, Mr. Zach Timer. Our current business manager, Mr. David Wilkinson. Our current tour manager, Mr. Jose Rueda. And our current public relations manager, Mr. Ryan Oaktie. So this was our elected board for this year that the guys elected. If you served as an ex officio this year, would you come down to the front and be recognized if you're one of our ex officios officers? These are guys that just volunteered because they wanted to serve. So thank you, gentlemen, for serving as ex officio officers for the Singadets this year. And then I'd like to introduce our officers for 2021 to 2022. President, Mr. Clayton Reed. You can stand by the current president. There you go. How about that? Vice President, Mr. David Wilkinson. Business Manager, Mr. Brandon Lang. Anywhere in there, it doesn't matter. We're all here together. Tour Manager, Mr. Isaac Harris. And our incoming Public Relations Manager, Mr. Jordan Bass. And now I'll turn it over to Walker Emmert, our current president, who has some special awards to present.
All right. Actually, first, before these ex officios sit down, I just want to kind of introduce them all. Mr. Rich Marquardt is our, yeah, give it up. Yes, I know you guys. He was our Formers liaison, so he worked with our Formers Association, sending out newsletters, keeping them informed. Mr. Reed Tabor, our service chair. He did a lot of work on the big event. Yeah. Mr. Aiden Hill, our webmaster, making sure our website is nice and pretty. Mr. Will Othon and Mr. Ethan Keller, our traditions chairman. Mr. Jordan Bass, our high school recruitment chairman. Who else? Right. Where is Reese? Where's Reese, though? There's Reese. Mr. Reese Lestrade, Mr. Brandon Lane, our risk mitigation officer. So, yeah, keep us in line. Sorry. Thank you. Mr. Isaac Harris, our uniform manager. He actually put in a lot of work this year, and y'all get to see the fruits of their labor next year. Mr. Brendan White, our academic chairman. Mr. Josh Wood, our librarian. There's so many. And Mr. Davis Blue, our chaplain. Thank you for your service. All right, if you are a current officer or a newly elected officer, please stay up here. The rest of y'all can go sit down. Don't go far. Scoot down, scoot down, scoot down. All right. Just scoot down. Just like, yeah. All right. So this is the time that I get to recognize my officer corps and the one coming up after. Thank them for their service with some fun gifts. Typically, the tradition is the president will wander to a Walmart the morning of the banquet and figure these out. Except, today we had an earlier report, so I dug around the Singadat office and did the best I can. So let's get ready. First up, our vice president, Mr. Zach Timer. Did so much for us, held us together quite a bit, kept us all on track. So for Mr. Timer, bag of rubber bands. Next, our business manager, Mr. David Wilkinson. Obviously deals with all of our money, so for him, the receipt from Chick-fil-A at the softball game for you to file away. Thank you. Our tour manager, Mr. Jose Rueda. Obviously, he didn't do much. Typically, the tour manager will plan and do all of tour, and he has a sweet little binder. So I got him his own binder full of all the memories from this year's tour.
It's empty.
And for our current PR manager, Mr. Ryan Oaktai, he spends a lot of time taking pictures of everyone, making everyone look good. And so, I figured since he takes pictures of all of us, he probably forgot what he looks like. So here's a bunch of pictures of him so he remembers what he looks like. Yeah, there you go. All right, now into next year's officer corps, newly elected, our President-elect Clayton Reed. So as you know, one of the duties of the president is telling jokes at concerts. So for Mr. Reed, I have former President Patrick Sheridan's Aggie joke book. His favorite jokes are marked so you know which ones not to do. Our new vice president, David Wilkinson, you don't get anything else. You can take some of Zach's rubber bands. But our new business manager, Mr. Brandon Lang, his first order of business, this is an invoice for my uniform deposit refund. Thank you. All right. Our new tour manager, Mr. Isaac Harris. Don't ask Jose how he did it. So, since Mr. Harris has never been on tour, here's your own binder with pictures of how our tour is supposed to go. So there you go. You can figure out this is what tour looks like. So there you go. Now you can plan your own tour. Now you have your own pictures. Yes. This is what tour looks like. And last but not least, our new PR manager, Mr. Jordan Bass. Obviously, like I said, takes a lot of pictures, does a lot of social media stuff. It's a lot for one man to do. So I have the contact information of someone who I think could really help you. I heard he's a great guy. He's very skilled, so here you go. Just make sure you take use of that.
Mr. Bryce Reed.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys for all your service this year. And to the new guys, congratulations. I'm looking forward to it. Let's give it up one more time.
And to conclude our award ceremony today, I invite all of our former Singadets, you face forward, Bryce wants a picture. I invite all of our current Singadets to come and join us here on the floor. So all of our current Singadets, if you would come and join us here on the floor. One of the things that we do, this will be the last concert for some of these gentlemen. And sadly, we sing Auld Lang Syne just as a way to remember this time together and how special it was to us. And so guys, get in class years or get in bud groups or whatever, and we'll sing Auld Lang Syne. When we finish singing Auld Lang Syne, that will conclude our award ceremony, and you're welcome to join us in the exhibit hall, which you can either go up over the top and back down, or you can just walk down and around here, and it's back that direction underneath us, basically, kind of that direction. Liz, is that right? Okay. Why don't y'all circle up? We're not doing it for them. We're doing this for us.